Alright guys, I thought as long as I was down here and it's a nice day and it ain't windy or anything like that, I'd give you a little bit of a rundown of where all these cars came from and kind of their background story. So the first one we have here is the 91 Pontiac Bonneville. This was the car that I drove through high school, and then my parents actually drove it before I did. I didn't even see there's a cat sleeping in the back window there, but basically I drove it through most of high school until my little brother started driving, then he drove it, and I got a different vehicle. And basically the fuel pump and stuff was going out, and it needed this, that, and the other thing, and it just wasn't worth putting any money into. It's got like 220,000 miles or something like that. And I mean, you can see we've been using it as a parts car for my Oldsmobile pretty much since then, and so it's got parts robbed off of it. And basically once my Oldsmobile dies, which probably isn't too far into the future, then we'll haul this one into the junkyard because we won't need it no more. But that's the story behind this one. You can actually see here that the body is rippled right there. When I was a sophomore or something like that, I got rear-ended on an overpass, and it actually, they considered the car totaled, and so they paid this crap ton of money for the car because it was considered totaled, but I still drove it afterwards, and my brother drove it for quite a while, so we actually ended up doing pretty good on that thing. The next one here, I believe, is a 75 Regal, and the story behind this car is my dad's an ag teacher, and one of his ag teacher friends had this sitting in his trees, and he found out that we were into the racing thing, and so he said, hey, if you guys can use this, come and get it. And so my brother and dad went up there and picked it up, and the guy has since died from, I believe, some sort of cancer, and so I think my brother plans on turning this into an enduro car at some point. And you know, he's kind of talked about just hauling it into the scrapyard, I think, once in a while, but I'd really like to see this car be turned into some sort of race car, because that's what we told the guy we were going to do with it. And you know, it would make a fairly decent enduro car. So, and that topic will come up here again in just a little bit. But this one here is mine. This is, I believe, a 79 Monte Carlo. I believe. I haven't checked the VIN number or anything, but this car was given to me by a lady who, her and her husband had separated, and he left this at her place, and she was sick of it, and basically got a hold of him, and he said he didn't want it anymore, and so she called me up and said, hey, will you come get this car? And so I'm not sure what I'll do with it. You know, I'd love to restore this thing someday and drive it on the street, but it's just in real rough shape. As far as the body goes, there's a lot of rust and stuff like that. It's not dented a whole lot or anything, but just a lot of rust. And so, who knows, we'll see. Maybe we'll do something with it someday, maybe we won't. But you can see here how the quarters are gone, and it's really rusty down in the rocker panel on the other side too. But who knows, we might just get her running and drive it the way she is, just because it's a fun old car. And then next here we have a 79 Olds. This is my brother's car. He bought this as a parts car and as a body for his hobby stocks a number of years ago, and basically we haven't needed it, and he's going to be done racing for a few years because he's got to focus on some other stuff. And so this car is part of a trade that we're going to be doing, and we're trading this to a guy that did the enduro race stuff, and he's trading it for this car down on the end here, as well as a already built enduro car that he has to go get yet. This is just the only one he's gone and picked up, but honestly I'm not even sure what this is. It looks like a Caprice or something, probably. Let's see if it's got any badges on it. It is a Chevy, I think. I don't even know what it is, but hey, get out. Thing's damn near in one piece still. I don't think it has a motor in it, I think is the only thing. Yeah, it is a Chevy. I bet it's a Caprice. But yeah, I'm pretty certain it don't have a motor in it. It might. Let's pop the hood here quick and see. Even if it does, I mean, it probably ain't any good, but brake release, where the hell's the hood release? Oh, there we go. So anyways, like I said, the other car is an enduro car that's already built. The motor's probably going to need a rebuild, but so that was the deal. You know, we really weren't using that other, look at that, it does have a motor in it. So, I mean, I doubt she runs or anything, but it's either 350 or 305. I'm not sure which, and I really don't feel like trying to find out right now. But so basically we're getting 2 cars with motors in them. The other one got hot in an enduro race, and so it'll probably need to be rebuilt, but 2 cars with motors in them for that 79 olds. And I don't know if his plan is to use the body off of that, because he races hobby stacks as well. I don't know if he's going to use the body off of it for a hobby stack car, or if he plans on restoring it. That does have a 350 Oldsmobile motor in it. It was supposed to run. We never got it running. It didn't have an ignition key, and I didn't feel like trying to fiddle fart around with getting it running. But when we bought it, the guy did tell us that it ran, and so I have no idea what his plans are with it. But like I said, we're not using it anymore with the hobby stock stuff. If we wanted to put a new body on the car, we'd probably just get aftermarket body panels anyways. And so, it's either sell it or trade it, and I'd say we ended up with a pretty decent trade. And then this is the last one we got here. This is, or was, my dad's pickup for a number of years, and it was a pretty decent truck, but it ended up just, some of the ignition stuff started going out on it, and it basically just needed more work. Same thing as the Bonneville, needed more work than it was worth to fix. And so, it's still, like I said, still a fairly decent truck, and we'll hang on to it for now. I'd kind of like to turn it into a mud truck or something like that in the future, but we'll see. Rip all the electronic junk off of it and put a carburetor on the motor. And the motor would probably need a rebuild, but who knows. But it's got the 351, and it's the last year they made the 351. I believe it's a 96, but I think I'll take that with me when I go and see what I can do with it. But yeah, so that's the line of cars. We've actually gotten rid of a few of them. I got rid of my enduro car this summer, and like I said, the 79 Olds is going, but then we're bringing another one in. So it's easy come, easy go, I guess. But so just don't tell the EPA, right? But all right, well, thanks for watching, and check back for more. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions about any of these cars or the stories behind them, go ahead and let me know, and I'll see what I can tell you.